Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, "There's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy." Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For our live educative section under the topic, "Let's educate our farmers."
Welcome to Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, with Aba Organic producing high-quality food with low environmental impact. Organic farming will play an essential role in developing and maintaining a sustainable food system in Liberia. To achieve this target and to help the organic sector reach its full potential, Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union is putting forth an action plan for increased organic production in Liberia, including encouraging and supporting Liberians to go back to the soil and produce more food, negotiating and shifting local farm products for timely income benefits of farmers, working with farmers to grow more food, eat some, sustain their homes, and supply other parts of the world, training farmers to transition from manual to mechanized farming. In Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union, our mission is to ensure a stable supply of affordable food to increase and safeguard the income of Liberian farmers to keep Liberia and its rural areas sustainably vibrant. You can become a member of Aba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union right now. Just dial 0880 547-543 or 0776-570-925 or 0886-199299 or 0777-567777, or you can directly contact our CEO Abae Addison on +447 943 523387, and you join immediately. Abba Organic Farm, Liberia Farmers Union, we are partners for good.
Again, it's a pleasure being here with you. I'm glad to be here once more, and I hope you all are glad. And we want to say a pleasant new year as we are now in another year, which is 2024. It is with great honor to be alive and to be back here in studio with you. And so, you all that have been following this page, we would like to welcome and realize that you are the source of the information spreading across different platforms, and we really do appreciate you. And we're looking forward to more of your handwork. Again, we are happily glad to get you here. Let me know if you are watching me and you are getting me clearly, because we are now trying to establish or try another form of sharing the information. So we just want to be quite sure that the message is clear enough with you or to you. So kindly help us to share the video. Again, I want to take this time on behalf of the entire Abba Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union team to wholeheartedly welcome all of our new followers from every background and every county, nations, and the rest of it all. That this is the platform that gave honor to agriculture. This is the platform where we talk about the issues as it is. This is the platform that actually give you the total or the complete insight of some of the great challenges that farmers across Africa, especially Liberia, face. So we like to use this opportunity now to sorry, we would just like to use this opportunity to once more welcome you. So if today is your first time, sit back, fasten your seat belts, because today we have in stock some credible information that we will be sharing out to our valuable clients, as well as this program will be used for educative purpose. So please, we encourage you to be a part. On behalf of the entire team, we are once more here to just reconfirm to the great people of Liberia across the world that this platform is exclusively used to educate our farmers. And this platform is exclusively meant to inform the world about some of the situations that farmers go through in Africa, and especially we say Liberia. Because as now we have just started with the entire program within the country, Liberia, which is situated in the west coast of Africa. So if you have now found out where Liberia is, it's on the west coast of Africa. So this is where we will be bringing you more highlights of what's going on when it comes to food production. How can we tackle the growing demands of food? How can we be able to work together as farmers union to be able to strengthen insecurity, food insecurity? And one aspect that have brought us to this platform is to actually motivate more farmers, is to actually create that awareness, is to actually broaden the field of how agriculture does impact the livelihood of any growing nation or society. With deep honor, we want to present to you this edition tonight. So we're going to be discussing our issues there in Liberia. What has led Liberia to where it is now? And if you don't know what Liberia is into at the moment, Liberia is now on the map for being one of the poorest in Africa. Liberia is now on the map for being one of the countries that people or family barely live on a standard amount. We are now been tabled to be living on less than $1 a day. And this is a huge cost of livelihood. This is leading to a lot of impacts or impactations on the livelihood of generations to come if only we cannot address this as an issue. So I want to use this opportunity to really bring to you the purpose, the fundamental reasons of us coming together, encouraging more farmers to come. The country is situated in a very, very vibrant area where we can be able to solve this problem with the strategy that we have in place. But it still remains that this is a growing situation that needs an urgent response. The country is heavily hit by poverty. There is no secret about this. There is no amount of talks about this that is helping this situation. What we need now is to enforce the response and actually get those response to the needed as quick as possible. In order to address our growing situation, we need to now act as it is now the time for acting, making sure that these things come to an end. Today, we are now enjoying 2024. Today's date is the 4th of the first month, 2024. There are still going to be issues if there is nothing that will be done about what is happening right now. The economy is depleted. And I say this because it is the fact. The economy is shrinking day on day. The joblessness have increased. Why the struggle continue within the community? There is a great need that these issues be urgently addressed before it gets out of hand. There is a growing demand of food. But while we are crying out for those assistance to come in, we must, as a country, first put in place strategies that will help to tackle these demands. I want to take this opportunity to plead to the international community, the elect government, and the rest of the leadership to urgently look at this as an issue rather than looking at it as just as normal situation. It is becoming more and more a problem and getting bigger. It is becoming more and more struggle for more family. It is becoming more and more of tensions between communities when it comes to food insecurity. We do not even have food to sustain ourselves, because if we do, then we will not be ordering at least 85% of our resources out of the country only to import food. And when we're talking about food, we are talking about every kind of food, ranging from morning, which is breakfast, to lunch and dinner. And this is a huge situation that has a great impact on the economy of the nation. This is a growing issue that has a negative impact on the growth of our society. This has so much tendency to weaken the potential of the citizen. If we cannot afford to sustain ourselves, how can we be able to tackle our problems in different areas and in different sectors? As we have entered 2024, we are calling on leaders all around the world. We are calling on partners. We are calling on friends and those wishing to see Africa unite to step in this and escalate our voices, because this is a growing issue. We have over 65% of the entire nation population depending only on agriculture, while the country still suffer from food insecurity till now. While the prices of food are escalating and budgets are being cut, while able citizens are lacking in jobs, while economically they are unable to respond to the demand of prices. And I'm not just talking about food prices, I'm also talking about the general well being of our citizens. As we stand in 2024, we are urging people to join us to tackle this, because it is a growing situation and the population keep growing. And if we do not see this as a need now, it's going to tackle us and we are going to struggle even more. We cannot continue to fold our hands, wait for China, India, and the rest of the communities or the nations to supply us. Supply comes with a cost. A cost must match your income, or else you will be going low while your costs are getting higher. And this is why we are talking about agriculture being the way out. This is why we are looking at agriculture to be the primary area that will strengthen other sectors. Agriculture must be the way out. If you can afford affordable food for you and your family, it's also not just that you live, but at least you live happily. And besides that, agriculture has a very huge impact on the economy. If we can grow food, we can sustain our economy. And if we can sustain our economy, of course, then we can provide jobs opportunity for those that are desperately in need of jobs. And agriculture is the only place that gives access to everyone, every potential worker, to have a place in the field, ranging from production to growth, ranging from growth cultivation, and the rest of it all. Area of the agriculture needs people to help produce more. So productivities will not just be a source for food, but will be also a source for income. While we await changes, we need to deploy strategies. While we await great dreams and vision coming to life, we must also deploy strategies that work along with those demands or those visions. And I hope Liberians all around the world are looking at these credible information that I'm sharing here and taking it seriously. Because unless we can address these growing demands, our country will not be free, will not have the liberation that we deserve. We will not be able to live in peace in our neighbor countries because we will always have to wait on what they want. And if we have the soil, we have the strength, and besides it all, we have the committed people that are willing to address this issue. Let us create the opportunity for these things to come to light. It is of no use to work from morning till night while your income cannot sustain you even for a month because of the growing prices on various markets areas. We need to match your prices with your wages. Your prices needs to match the wages. What we call wages is your salary. The prices needs to match your salary, or else if your salary is lower than your prices, of course, we are heading to total depletion of our economy. If our prices does not in any way correspond with what we earn, of course, we are still going to remain in the very cycle of poverty. And poverty is what you desired to remain in, or you deploy another way to get out. There is no country or no society that is built to remain in poverty. It's only built to elevate you if you take opportunities and expand on those opportunities. Liberia has the potential. Liberia has the resources. Liberia has the manpower, which we call the building force for any organization or society. We have them all. But all we need right now is to deploy those strategies, those committed mindsets, industrial thinking. We are fed up of every day begging around the world for help when we have diamonds and gold, when we have all it takes. Why can't we work our resources to match our expenditure? Why can't we deploy the strength of the resources that we earn from our land to help develop ourselves? Like I've always said, there is no gold mine in Europe. There is no gold creek in America. There is no diamond areas. But there are strategies that men will put in place that allow sustained growth systematic growth, sustainable development growth. We must look at these areas now. As it stands, we can no longer afford in 2024 to have 85% or over of our resources walking out of the covers into other farming or other farmers sector. It is with deep regret that we cannot work to earn as a nation, but rather to depend on other countries for our daily needs. We have all it takes, and we are here committed. Some may not be, but there are still committed ones out there who have, traveled around the world and realize that what you have, once you put energy into it, you will learn to value it. And once you learn to value what you have, then you take it to the next level, which is to respect what you have. It is now time that we, as citizens of Africa, to realize that despite the fact that we are in Europe and America, we must learn some things that make them efficient on their growth. Why have they come up to becoming world best? What are some of the things they've done that made us to want to leave Africa and come to the West? What are some of the things that they have done that we can learn from and take back, that our people will not have to cross the desert only to come and struggle? And some die in boats and other places with no burial and no one to carry home the corpse. It is now time that we realize that Africa is the next place of the generation. And if we do not do that, billionaires, millionaires, and other potential investors will walk in there and will be coming out with millions while we sit back and remain in poverty. Let us watch the time as it unfolds. We are now in the 2024, where we are looking at productivity as the strength of any nation, be it small or big. What you have, what you stand up for, makes you influence, give you the influence over other big nations. In as much as Belgium is small, it's still the center of the EU. Why? There are so many reasons that may lead to that. So I think coming to Europe and America, we should also be looking at what we learn. What are we here for? Why did we come here? How can we use what we came here and learn and deploy it back in our nation? It is important to realize that many of us are here without money to go back home. But we live here. Why? Because we have a system that allows us to eat and sleep. That security is what many of us are enjoying. But if you ask of the amount that we have saved in our accounts and other things, you will then realize that all the time that we've worked and struggled in Europe and America, 80% or so, 60% of our income have truly gone back to taxation. Why? Because there is a system that required taxation for the growth of their economy and the rebuilding of new structures and new plans and new development. This is what it is. So our strength here should be how to tackle our own issue, not only to rely on the West to always come in. It is good that the West comes in, but it is also better when we realize that we have all it takes and we can be able to start from just what we have. It is of shame to day that we can still go to Asia. We take Asia above Africa. Why is it that way? It's because a lot of Asians have realized what can make a country sustain herself. What is required for any growing society? What are the demands and what can be done? How they can do these things? Are the reasons why we are we are now running to China, Dubai, and the rest of it all. I think with what I've said, I think now, if you are listening to me, and maybe you have been following this page, it is of importance that this reminds you of where you're from and how best you can be able to contribute to your society. I believe in Africa. I believe in growth and potential growth. I believe that we can do it as well. But we need to wake up from the sleep and realize that as much as we do not invest in ourselves, we will always remain where we are. And I stretch this over to our incoming president-elect, President Joseph Nima Boakai, His Excellency. Let your government honor your leadership. Let us be able to achieve the ability to going back to the soil for developmental purposes, for sustainability, for growth. Let us be able to build our wealth with what we have. Let us use our resources in a profound way, that those resources will be beneficial not only to us, but to our generation. Okay? Someone is trying to call, but I don't know where they're calling from. I'm not getting you. So if you like to call, just call the number online and I will pick up because I'm not able to answer from a direct call. Yeah, so back to what I was saying. Honor your leadership. We plead with you that we can be able to deploy a strategy that will allow us to feed ourselves. If even we have a strategy in place to feed at least 5,000 people a year, let it be in the record that yes, every year, this is what we intend to do. And let it be proven that what we do, not what we say. We will work with any leadership, including yours, to build the network of food security. We will be able to commit ourselves to helping to minimize poverty through the growth and the development of agriculture. We will be able to contribute to the society building process through the means of helping local farmers grow efficient food, using that as a way of employment and elevation in various communities. And this will be able to contribute to the taxation that farmers will be paying, and the economy will then boost. Where we can be able to find the answer to the growing demands of food is within the soil. Give us the opportunity that the nation can go back to her original glory. Help us develop the nation together. Our request to you, our leader. And we look forward to working with government and non-governmental institutions to boost the food activities, to boost the economy, and make food affordable for everyone, and bring back in homes and hospitals and schools nutritional food. As we all know, food is not just necessary, it is a need. If we can be able to address this as an issue, visiting hospitals, needed environment, as well as schools, like we used to do before, we will not just be able to encourage people to go back to school, but we will encourage them to learn. And they will learn to the fullest. Well, in the midst or in the absence of these critical issues being addressed, it's going to prove much more difficulties. It's going to prove more inequalities. It's going to prove our economy will not rise. In order for us to rebuild our differences and strengthen our nation, we must take this into a serious concern. And as I said, we are committed to working with you as a government and with other NGOs and other private organizations, because it's a nation problem. It's a nation cry out. It's a nation crisis. The affordability of family to cope with the great demand of the prices of food is at the highest. Let us work together. Let us empower and strengthen our nation. This is all we have in common. If we can go back to the soil, we can rebuild our nation. So I would like to stop here on behalf of the Abba Organic Farm Liberia Family Union. It's been a great pleasure bringing back to you those words of inspiration as well as education. It is also a need that we come to understanding that divided we continue to fall, but together we will build. And I think we have come through a lot that we need now to solve it all by coming together and working together. We pledge our support to the leadership elite to work along with and with all other partners that is waiting for us to help Liberia and Liberians and non-Liberians to tackle the demand of this food insecurity. God bless you all, and God bless Africa, and God bless the rest of the world. Let us hold on together. Keep watching us. Keep sharing our videos and keep being part of this unique platform that will help us all develop and unite Africa. Thank you so much for watching me. That is Mr. Mohammed. I said thank you, Mr. Mohammed. And someone is watching me from China. Yes, I don't know the name, but it's a Chinese name. Yes, thank you also, and the rest of the team watching on different platforms. We are here to empower, and we are looking forward for more empowerment and help us share this message. God bless you, and we will be coming to the end of today's edition like this.
Fellow Liberians, as we all have entered this year 2023, we have to stand strong in building our country's economy. In doing this, we need to focus on agriculture by going back to the soil, which will help us grow our food, that will help us sustain ourselves. It is often said, and I quote, there's only one thing that can bring our country down and also has the potential of giving our country its bright color. Our dependence on foreign countries for food and energy have led us to be spectators of our country's economy, knowing that agriculture is the backbone of our country's economy. Fellow citizens, I argue you all join the ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union every Saturday and Sunday from 7 to 8:30 p.m. on Africa 24 Online TV with their host, Ma Abba A. Anderson, the CEO and founder of ABBA Organic Farm Liberia Farmers Union. For a live educative section under the topic, let's educate our farmers.
Again, thank you for watching. We encourage you to join us on Sunday. We will be live again on Sunday. So we just encourage you to join us and continue to share our video. It's been a great pleasure being with you, from us to you. Great peace, love, and blessings. 2024. All God's blessing restored to you. Good night. Your host has been Madam Abba A. Anderson. Thanks for watching.